next performer feel very welcome. How about a big round of applause for Samson Jones?
What's up, Sarasota? How's everybody doing tonight? Holy. I didn't know you could cheer like that through an oxygen mask. I'm kidding, that's a joke. That was a cheap shot, too. There's no oxygen here. Is anybody familiar with the Bible story, Samson and Delilah? All right, well, for those of you that aren't, long story short, you need to read your Bibles. That's not a joke. The long story short, Samson gets all his strength from his long hair. Delilah eventually cuts it off. He loses all his strength. So I've always thought it was kind of messed up of my parents to name me Samson and force me to have short haircuts for my entire life. Seriously, what type of setup is that? I've always had a good excuse for skipping the gym, though. Sorry if I stumbled through that joke a little bit. I almost killed a bicyclist on my way here tonight. I didn't almost really kill him, but I thought about it. I really, really thought about it. What the heck is up with this legacy trail? If I would have known that a 13-car citrus train could pass the street faster than a flock of pilgrims on tricycles, I would have never voted for this thing. That's not a joke. I would have never voted for it. Are there any locals in here tonight? All right. I'm a local too. I'm actually a Sarasota native. I've lived here for 30 years and counting. Don't cheer for that. Most people move here to die. I've been dying here my entire life. I actually grew up on the outskirts of town of Sarasota, though, and when I was a teenager, I moved into downtown Sarasota, and I hated it. I actually lived 2 blocks from this very building, and I couldn't wait to get out of there. I lived there for 359 days, and I could tell you exactly how many days it was because it was the county jail. Yeah. And I counted every single day. I've come a long way since then, though. I'm actually engaged, and I'm getting married this year. I can't believe it either. We're getting married on New Year's Eve. It's going to be a night that she'll always remember, and it's going to be a date that I can't ever forget. My fiance and I, we have 2 kids. We have an 11-year-old daughter, and we have a 2-year-old son. I currently have the pleasure of being a stay-at-home dad with my 2-year-old son, or as my father-in-law calls me, unemployed. Being a stay-at-home dad, I do pretty much everything a housewife would do. I clean the house, I do the dishes, I do the laundry, I change dirty diapers, I do silly daddy dance time in the living room. But going on 2 years of this, I think I'm ready to throw in the towel and admit to everyone, it's not that hard. All right, that one was a joke. That one was a joke. It's so hard. It's so hard. My 2-year-old son, though, he loves watching Miss Rachel on YouTube. Anyone know Miss Rachel? Give it up for Miss Rachel. I know she's raising your kids for you, too. I do think Miss Rachel needs to stop telling all these adventure stories, though. I mean, even when I was growing up, I thought that I'd be diving over quicksand and lunging under falling trees, searching for buried treasure, possibly saving princesses. But to this day, the only quest or adventure I've ever been on was trying to get past my garden gnomes at 3 a.m. while I was tripping on mushrooms. I actually only took this comedy class here at McCurdy's because I was under the impression that Ken here was sort of like the P. Diddy of comedy in Sarasota. But once I had the pleasure of meeting him, he assured me he's not. So now I'm back doing open mics all over town, just trying to find who I gotta suck off to make it in this business. I've been going through some of my grandfather's things this past few weeks, and just yesterday I found an old photo album. In that photo album, it's pictures of my father when he was a kid. On the 3rd or 4th page, I find the photo of my father with his childhood dog. On the back of that photo, it's labeled Carrie and Samson. So my gears started turning and the short hair started making sense. I wasn't named after Samson in the Bible. I was named after Samson the bulldog. I just got one last thing to say here tonight. If you didn't think anything I said was funny, my mother-in-law is actually in the crowd right now, and she doesn't know anything about me going to jail or doing drugs. Thank you very much. Have a good night, everyone.